Got an angry email from a listener who has a Subaru.
Okay.
And it had nothing to do with the dealership. He loved it.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with the car. Favorite car he's ever had. In fact, he's on his fourth Subaru.
Okay.
He was mad because apparently, much like Jeep owners, there's a new thing called Moo Moo Subaru, where people will see your Subaru and then place a small plastic cow on your Subaru, much like the Jeep people do ducks. And this guy was mad as hell about it. He's like, don't touch my Subaru, don't put a moo-moo on it, don't put a cow on it. I bought this car because of its incredible reliability. I bought this car because of its powertrain warranty. I bought this car because I like to adventure. I did not buy this for you to stick a tiny car that says moo-moo Subaru on it, and he threw it in the trash. Pretty funny email, though.
When you're going to buy a car, it's really important that you have a good experience with a person, a car salesperson that you could trust. And what's good about this is both of our dealerships, whether it's Sports Subaru or over there in North John Young Parkway.
Brand new dealership.
You can talk to Mike Stacks. We've been talking about him for years now. He's helped tons of BDMs, tons of our listeners. If you contact him and say, I want to speak to Mike Stacks, and he will help you out personally. He knows you tell him you're Tom and Dan listener.
Just fill out the form.
Yeah, the form on our website. It goes straight to him, and you're going to get the best possible deal and the best experience. Same thing over there at Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont. If you're looking for a Chevrolet, maybe a Traverse like my wife has. She bought it from DM Chevy over there. I got my Silverado.
You can get a smaller truck like a Colorado. You can get a Corvette if you're feeling crazy.
That mid-engine Corvette is awesome.
They're beautiful, man.
And JC Harrelson's over there, so you speak to him.
But if you are in line for like a used vehicle, I mean, they can search their inventory, but you'll have a guy. I mean, between Stacks and JC, they got you covered, and they like doing it. They like it when you say, "Hey, I listen to Tom and Dan. I'm a BDM."
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh," and I'm, because then they're.
You guys have single-handedly kept our business alive, just telling people that you use and listen to us. Hi, I'm using you because I listen to Tom and Dan.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do.
So both those dealerships are our sponsors, Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont and Sports Subaru, North John Young Parkway. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. So, back by popular demand.
Yeah, and this time with a theme song, because you've been kind of reminding me that we have these amazing tools at our disposal, and we should give our guests a little bit more of a
custom intro.
Yeah, get a little tip of the hat, a little love their way to make them a little more comfortable.
Yeah. And show them that we care enough to produce an intro for them so their bid is more legitimate. And by care enough, we mean AI does it in 12 seconds.
Yeah, sometimes less than 12. In fact, it's been closer to 9 lately. So, ladies and gentlemen, back on the couch, it is Ram Davesy with the brand new Ram Davesy theme song.
Ram Davesy, that's the name, saving you money from a game. Ram will save your cash. Ram will bust your ass.
Ram Davesy, everyone. How you doing, Ram?
You're very lucky to have me. Yes.
Now, very aggressive theme song we went with this time.
I will say that.
How much do you pay that robot?
It's slave labor now.
Yeah, it really is. It's got to be.
Yeah. Until they revolt against us and eventually kill us.
You know, what's funny is I've been reading articles about how a lot of these cooling systems that they've put in place for those type of AI songs are destroying the world.
Oh, as far as
so much computing power. That
all the servers.
I'm making a song about farting, and it's heating up some server in some horrible area of the world. It is just boiling the earth.
Well, as my grandpappy always used to say, always put off till tomorrow what makes you money today.
Okay, I like that. Yes.
So, Ram, I know we had a couple listeners that had some criticism about your financial views.
I only saw positive.
Let me ask you, Tom, were they boat owners or non-boat owners?
Okay.
I think they were non-boat owners.
Yeah.
Get Get a boat and talk to me.
So, Ram, what do we have today
Yeah.
that we want to talk about
What are we gonna learn?
financial-wise?
It occurred to me, Tom, that I tried to get into some advanced maneuvers with you last time, and we need to just get back to basics. Tom.
Okay, all right,
Basics.
We just need to get back to basics. I'm going to define for you today and help you understand what money is.
Okay,
Ooh,
all
I like
right.
that.
Okay.
What is
like
your
this.
current understanding of money, Tom?
Okay, well, I know that there's fiat currency, which is...
Right?
That's a-
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know what that means. Big old ass.
Yeah.
Right?
And Tom,
I'm
you
looking
bet-
at the boy. Am I right on
He
that?
knows.
Yeah. Damn.
You've obviously done some research, unless you think that is money that you spend on a fiat.
yeah.
I think it means like government currency.
I hate that it's the first thing I did think of.
Well, yes, for example, we have some fiat currency right here, Tom.
Okay.
We have a United States dollar bill.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
In and of itself, if the United States government did not exist, what would this be worth?
Well, I would imagine just the.
You're saying a lot of words to say nothing, Tom. Nothing. This would be
the
nothing.
toilet paper.
He
I
has
guess.
less patience than he did last time with you.
Or some sort of art. I guess you could say
Yeah.
like there is a depiction of George Washington that is worth some sort of artistic value.
Even in the case, as fiat currency, Tom, even right now, we all agree the United States government does exist and agrees to back this currency. Let me show you what this is worth. It is worth. Absolutely. It does not hurt me.
I was not
It
ready
does
for that.
not hurt me in any
He
way
just ripped up a dollar
to
bill.
tear
My
up
God.
this so-called money. And I'll tell you why, Tom, because it's fiat currency. It's not real value. And I also took this out of Dan's debt. So it means very little to me. It means very little to me.
That was Butler's dollar. God damn it.
Ram, I think that's illegal to destroy U.S.
Yeah,
currency.
I've heard that.
And we just did it on
my God.
local radio.
Local radio.
which-
Back to local radio.
Which I think is
Thought we were moving to the stars. Thought always are here.
it's worse than the internet.
The only thing this show ever had was hope.
Well, I guess come and get me, government.
Yeah, I like
Okay,
that.
all right,
I like
Ram.
that.
Hopefully it doesn't cost you more than $1 to get me.
Didn't you hear the theme song? Ram's gonna kick your ass.
So, Tom, let's get back to basics. Let's talk. This is again fiat currency, garbage, no worth
God,
at
it
all.
hurts my heart seeing a busted dollar bill.
I don't even care to
Oh,
talk
he threw
around
it on the
here.
ground. He threw it on the
Literal
ground.
trash. What is real money?
Okay.
What is real money? Money has certain properties, Tom. We can
Well,
define
lately
money.
Tom's been saying that money is putting time with your family. And it
Stop
pissed
bringing it up.
everybody off. Did you see that on the media page? I don't
I'm
know if
still
it's-
getting emails
Yeah,
about it.
people are like, oh,
I'm
Tom's
sorry
like-
I said
yeah,
that.
Tom's like, yeah, you should spend time with your family like I do because I'm rich. And everybody's like, I'm dying. Help you D-head.
No, they were saying that's what I do too, but what about the people that are doing that? I'm saying, why do you care? I don't.
Rich and family, poor and happy. That's what my grandpappy always said. So let's talk about the properties of money, Tom. To you, what is money? What do you think money is, Tom?
Well, I guess now that you've ripped up a dollar bill
Yeah,
saying that
very
this is
aggressive.
just a U.S. government, then we go all the way back to, and I heard Joe Rogan talk about this with, what's the...
Wait a minute. You listen to Rogan? You're cheating on Ram?
No,
What
no,
are you
no.
doing?
The,
No, you do have a valid source here. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right.
the guy with blue eyes, what's his name?
Andrew
was
Tate.
That was in Iron Man. They kicked
Lead
him out.
singer of The Who. Can't pull his name.
Old
forgot his
Thelonious Monk.
forgot his name.
Yeah, what's that guy's name?
He was talking nonsense.
We were
with
just
Rogan.
talking about it this morning.
It's fine if one of you guys has a brain freeze, but both of you guys at the same time.
My
It is
brain is-
on- it
I'm
is
prepared
on-
for a goddamn show.
It is
It's too
untenable.
much for us. Anyway, the black guy with blue
Terrence
eyes.
Howard.
There it is.
Terrence Howard.
And so they were
I don't
talking
know
about
how I got Thelonious Monk out of that.
why gold was considered some sort. Why humans put a value to it because it really has no utility.
I thought we used it in a lot of circuitry. I thought that's not true.
I haven't
Yeah, but no, back in the day though, like when now we use it for technology, but why was it valuable hundreds of years ago? or
I
thousands
also
of-
heard that interview, and I'll be careful. I don't know how many boats Terrence Howard has, but I would be careful taking financial advice from a man who thinks that 1 times 1 equals 2. That is a thing
Yeah.
that I would be concerned about in my financial
He also
advisor.
said he was going to destroy gravity. Which I was like, are you going
Sorry,
to do that
Ram.
for all of us or just you? Because I don't want I'm completely okay with my gravitational pull.
About the moment Mr. Howard said, I have a better periodic table of elements for you, I was checking out on him.
Yeah. And then when he said, I can remember being inside my mother.
Very
I was
early
like,
in the interview.
ooh,
Very
wowie.
early in the interview.
Don't destroy that, Tariff. That's what keeps my wife's boobs low. Like, I like them.
So, Tom, according to such
She
grandiose...
won't be able to see.
According to such sources as the Bible, the American Constitution, and now Terrence Howard,
Okay.
we know that money is such things as gold and silver.
Okay,
That,
all right.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I brought a little bit of to show you here today. Boy.
Oh,
Here, boy. I need your,
jangling coins.
I'm requiring your services, boy.
Yeah. Go get your.
Fetch this-
I want you to go over
get
there.
Fetch the
jangling
silver for
coins,
Mr.
boy.
Tom.
Yeah.
You also enjoy the
Run yourself
what
down.
else
show it to
do I
Mr.
do?
Tom, show
Run
it to Mr.
yourself down to the
Dan.
candy shop and get yourself
Okay.
a red and white.
All right, so you handed me a...
That is actual former U.S. government currency, Tom. We used to mint our money in silver. That's a U.S. silver dime. Now, our current dimes do also have some silver. If you melted it out, I'm going to guess about 1,000 of them. You get about as much silver as in one of those former U.S. silver dimes.
Are
right
they
there.
mainly copper now? dime?
Copper actually also a very expensive metal at this point. They have found metals so light and unusable that our coins are almost an amazing feat of engineering in how little actual real money is in them. It is an amazing.
So it's a scam.
It is an amazing feat of coining.
Okay.
Yeah, the U.S.
It's a-
government, if nothing else, is a great scam artist.
All right, so these
Let me
coins
see
were
one.
back when they used to make them with silver.
Silver, Tom. It's money, and how can we define money, Tom? Money is heavy.
Okay, all right,
Money-
okay. So money has to be heavy.
Money
that.
is hard.
Okay, heavy and hard.
Oh, wait, write this down.
And money makes noise. Do you hear that sound?
Oh, okay.
That's money. Take a couple of your dollar bills and jingle them together, Tom. Do they make any noise?
I thought you were going to say and hard to carry, which was Daniel's dad's favorite joke.
How you doing? I was like hanging.
So it jingles,
Long, hairy,
it's
and hard to
heavy,
carry. Yeah.
and
It jingles.
hard.
You're such a cute baby at Money, Tom. It's so funny. It's heavy, it's hard, and it makes noise. Let's talk
Okay.
about certain things that are and are not money.
Okay, all right.
U.S. dollar bill, Tom. Pop quiz. Is it money?
I guess by your definition, no, right?
No, because it is what? It is light.
Yeah, it's light.
It is not at all hard in any way, is it, Tom?
No, it is not.
I'm learning
Okay.
a lot today.
Is gold money?
I believe so.
Yeah, heavy.
It is heavy. It is hard. If you dropped a gold brick on your toe, it would hurt.
That's
True.
true.
That's true. I've seen those people that reach into the machine and they pull the gold brick out,
But
and
isn't-
everybody's like, "You can't take that."
Isn't
Ram
it
Daisy is an expert at that.
Isn't it technically a soft metal, though?
Yeah, it is soft metal.
And
It
that's
depends
good.
on the carrot too.
You've actually stumbled onto a good point, Tom. It is in respect to other things in its category, metal and such. It isn't soft in the metals, but it is hard overall.
Yeah, harder than a dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
will agree with you, Ram. That is true.
Tom, are guns money?
Okay, all
Think
right.
it through.
Okay,
Think it
all
through.
right, all right.
Ask
just where
yourself.
we're at matter.
So,
No.
Okay.
heavy, it checks that list.
He does check that.
Box. And then hard, it checks that
It
box.
does, yeah.
And
Yes.
then,
I'm gonna
say yes.
and if you put them in a bag, a bunch of guns, they will
make noise.
Make noise, jingling around.
Guns are money. Very good, Tom.
wow.
Very
So
good.
guns
Dude, you're
are
crushing
money.
it.
All right.
Very good. Tom, boats are boats money.
All right.
Wait, the bag one's going to be hard.
Yeah. What?
But wait, if they hit each other.
Oh, yeah. Both they will
Yeah,
make
if you
noise.
watch like Qualified Captain, they're smashing into each other.
And Dan, I feel like I've led you astray. The loudness does not need to occur inside of a
Oh,
bag.
okay. Sorry. I was like, how do we get a giant bag?
I just happen to have a bag of money with me today.
We need a
Okay,
boat
all right.
bag.
Yes.
So, by your definition, Ram,
Think it
I
through, Tom.
would say that technically boats are, in fact, money.
Checks all three of the boxes.
Yeah.
Boats are money. That is correct.
Yeah. So boats should be legal currency.
Yeah, to trade.
Okay, all right.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you're getting confused again, Tom.
Okay.
What currency? I'm sitting next to a pile of shredded currency right now.
Okay, yeah.
Do not care for it at all. This boy could come and take that currency, and I wouldn't even care.
Okay.
If that boy came for my bag of money, There'd be a boy fight happening. I would be kicking that boy to the ground to retain my money.
No
Do you understand the
sucking candy
difference?
money for
Okay.
you.
Between
Gotcha.
money and currency.
Gotcha.
Are boats money? Yes, they are. Are they currency? No.
No.
Boats are not
I'm
currency.
sorry,
It's
sorry.
an insult to
Sorry.
my dear grandpappy.
On the third episode, I think we get to delve into God. No,
I believe I told you,
Is there
Dan. I have I've never seen any existence
or the
that.
absence of God. Maybe.
I've never seen any proof that any spirit other than mine is actually real. That is why
Well,
I don't necessarily have any qualms about my quest to acquire all the money. I don't mind, necessarily leaving Chinese children, for example, poor and destitute,
Sure.
so that I can acquire more and more money.
Okay,
You understand?
all right,
Doesn't
All
matter
the
much to
boats.
me in a vacuum that I exist in.
Well, Ram, any other financial tidbits you want to
I've
know?
got literal reams of advice for you here. I do appreciate you not respect my wishes, which is not to talk about my brother Cram Davesy, even though he is in the news right now. I do respect you. You not bringing that up. Tom, let's talk about the tragedy of the commons. Are you familiar with the tragedy of the commons?
I am not, Ram.
I feel like all of our events, I see it though.
I'm just looking at you and just extrapolating your listeners. I'm sure that's probably true. Tragedy.
They're
of the
the ones that email us. I think.
It's a common financial trope where that is if, for example, you have a common ground in the middle of a village, a nice grassy square next to your courthouse, for example.
Okay.
If there are no rules and restrictions placed upon the common and everyone grazes their sheep in the common, it goes to ruin, and a common area can be destroyed by overuse of all the people.
Okay,
So that's why we have rules and regulations regarding common areas.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's why there's rules at the park so that the
I
people
feel like
don't
you needed
destroy
to know
it.
this because I don't think you knew this.
Well, no, I knew that there are rules, but there's also the spirit of the rule.
Oh my God! I knew he was going to bring up spirit.
Motorized vehicle on walking paths, but my one wheel, I'm
No,
slowly.
it's too much now.
I'm walking as I'm
it's
going as fast as a runner.
No, but
would go.
everybody else ruined it for you. It's everybody else.
That's what I'm saying. I know
Because
it's
if we got to
everybody
get the
else.
scooters off, we got to get you off too.
Oh, you are so close to financial greatness, Tom. You keep stumbling backwards into it. The tragedy of the commons is if everyone overuses the commons, it goes to ruin. But if there are rules in place and everyone respects the rules, you can sneak right in there and make some money.
Okay, all right,
You understand?
all right.
You need to be the tragedy of the commons.
Oh, okay, all
You
right.
need to get to the commons before the crowd and exploit that wealth just laying on the ground, Tom.
So, okay, all right,
And so for you, just real quick, just we're going to get you back to basics. I'm going to recommend get a lamb. Get you a lamb.
All right.
And start
I've always
grazing
wanted
it
a lamb.
in your neighborhood. I'm sure there's those grassy median areas. I don't know your neighborhood. I
very
just know
beautiful.
the type of
It's very
neighborhood you would be
there's
living
the
in.
Castleberry Woods that I
There
could
is.
put them in.
Oh, yeah.
There's also a man who stabbed his girlfriend in the head. I saw yesterday.
So there are, if you were in a Castleberry type area, there are going to be some guard dog type outlays of expenditure too. But start with the
A
lamb.
lot of fields though.
Start grazing it in the medians. And if nobody else in your neighborhood is doing it, that's money in your pocket. They're leaving on the table, Tom.
Yeah.
And that's
Free
money.
lamb food.
So you're saying utilize the common areas for your own self-interest.
You already do that.
Be,
I think you're on the way.
be the tragedy of the commons in your area. That is right.
okay.
Name
And then-
one person in here that uses an apartment complex swing set for their children instead of the one in their backyard.
Well, the
Raise
people,
your
that
hand. Yeah.
the people that live there don't use it, so if no one's using it, why is
But
it?
my point is, I think going along with what Ram is saying, you have a swing set. Look, tell me if I'm right on this.
Okay.
He has a swing set in his backyard that you're big on your plants.
Oh.
Based on your own ideology and what you do with your
Yeah,
children,
yeah.
you could yank that swing set that's not being used out of your backyard, more area for your plants, and use this, quote, common area of the apartment complex swing set and save yourself a little money, gain a little more plants. Is that...
I'll take you one further,
Is that
Dan.
sorta
You get
on-
that swing set out of your backyard, you sell that, you could probably squeeze another boat in there.
Oh, dude, double boat, bigger boat, bigger boat, bigger boat.
I've always wanted two boats.
Andrea's dad just got a new boat. Oh, it's humongous.
2 boats is fine. I'm personally working on a deal later this day. Hopefully today I will become a boat 100-aire. I will add my 100th boat to the fleet.
100th boat?
Yeah, that is correct, sir. That is correct.
I've only heard about boat 100 but I've never met one.
There's a guy, unrelated, there's a guy on Instagram that has the largest collection of old Banshee four-wheelers.
Oh, I've seen him where he starts them all
And he
up.
starts them all up and he's running, and he has
I've seen
all
that
like
before.
80 of them running at one time, and it's one of the coolest. It's the cool. He's the coolest guy.
I actually own that man's trailer. He pays me rent. That is a source of income to me.
I like that.
Yeah, my 100th boat. I'm hoping, Tom. I'm actually I've invested in an interdiction boat, and we're hoping to sell it to China for this upcoming Hong Kong intervention that they're going to be doing. It's a very good investment, and Ram Daisy stands to make a lot of money on this 100th boat.
I like this. I like this.
Anything else, Ram? Before
I could keep spouting financial wisdom at you all day.
Do
You
one
just tell
more?
me-
How about a small? How about a small?
Let's
A
do
tiny-
one more.
I don't
just a
know.
tiny financial
well,
note.
you do have to eat, and technically, you can download and photocopy a Costco card from the internet, and they give away free food every day. I don't know, just save a little money on eating. That's all. Just real quick advice from Ram Daisy.
Money on eating. So wait a minute. You're
so
telling
they just
me
look at the card, they don't scan it or anything?
Have you seen these people at the front of the Costco, Tom? They are doing a very cursory examination. They are not. Ideally one day you'll be in the food court. There will be somebody who's left their card there, and you can ride that for years. But until then, just download a Costco card template from the internet.
Okay.
Keep it in your pocket, flash it in your palm real quick at the guy. If he gives you any guff, just start screaming and yelling and acting like he touched you in an inappropriate way.
Oh, my God.
Sometimes you can get a free hot dog. Sometimes you get a free hot dog and a Mountain Dew out of the deal. It's pretty good.
You just start yelling my penis.
Yeah, it's
and people come running.
It's not worth his hourly wage to then make
I
us
have
think.
found. I too have found. Especially, you could profile the person and tell whether or not your language is going to make them uncomfortable.
Yeah,
and let's just say if you yell "my penis" to a grown ass 50-year-old black guy, he's not.
He'll let
He's
you
letting
through.
you through.
Yeah, it's not worth.
He's not going to flag down the.
He's $11.85. He gets paid an hour. He's like, screw
Get
it.
the hell out of here.
And the Costco sample providers, they are trained to prevent you from eating more than one sample, but they are not legally allowed to touch you stop you from taking you as much as you
Yeah,
want.
they can't do anything.
You go take you as many samples as you want. If that man touches you, start screaming.
I read that on Reddit. I read that on Reddit where people do it. They'll just go and keep getting because there's like, what do you? You'd have to have a manager come and kick me out of the store.
Hold on, don't you have some decency?
Well, hold on
What
a
about
second.
human decency?
Decency, no. Bag full of money, yes, yes, I do.
Have you heard the coins? Jingle
Yeah,
jangle.
have some decent respect
Yeah.
for humans.
There are
The
people-
person asks you to take one. you
There are
do-
people on Reddit that walk up and be like a little apple cobbler, and you take one, and then you come back, you take another, and then you come back, I get one for my wife. Then you come back and you take like 4 more. Like, sir, stop! You just take them. You have to kick me out of here. Don't touch me, sovereign citizen.
Tom, I've got a gram of gold right here.
Oh, wow! I've never seen that. Wow, you're the real deal, Ram.
You can have it if you just walk outside and drop your pants right now. That's what decency is worth, Tom. Decency means nothing in the face of a gold coin.
I do like his test. The Ram Daisy decency test.
I thought about
He
it.
holds the goal. I did too. I was like, if he's real, and I almost busted at the bit, I almost yelled your
Dan,
name.
honestly, I didn't offer it to you because I knew you
You
would have
know,
taken
do
it.
it, yeah.
And
My wife
Ram
says that.
Ram would be out of coin.
I'm
and
too
that cannot
stupid
stand.
to understand what that's worth. So that's the only reason I didn't do it.
Some people bet me on the BDM page. They're like, you can really go to the bathroom anywhere, Dan? Like number 2. And I was like, yeah, I can go. I can hold someone else's hands and go number 2. It doesn't matter. I can do it anywhere.
Dan Hernandez, 5 ounces of silver if you do it right here, right now.
Okay. Now he's really testing me because the boy's here.
Yeah, that's a federal crime.
God almighty, the impossible Ram. He gave me the impossible Ram.
Well, Ram, thank you so much for your financial wisdom today. We appreciate
Is
it.
that what that was?
It was very beneficial to you. You are welcome. Mhm.
And we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more of Corporate Time.
And welcome back to a corporate time.
Our buddy Cadillac Pat is here. How you doing,
Hey,
Pat?
what's going
on? What's going on? How are you doing?
I would give you a blast. Let's see where we are here.
Oh, the batteries are
you can hear
dedicated.
it, you can hear
Get
it.
a new megaphone.
There's new batteries. I just put new batteries in there to the tune of, what do you think, both of you, Pat might get this because he buys a lot of dated technology. It's
True.
How much for 4, not D's, C-grade batteries? How
What
much?
brand?
Duracells.
4C Duracells.
4C Duracells.
From your local Publix right here?
From your local Publix, Walgreens, CVS.
Oh, but yeah, those stores, they upcharge.
Not from 7-Eleven, super upcharge.
Yeah,
7-Eleven.
yeah.
7-Eleven, you know, you have to give away one of your children as you walk in.
Doesn't 7-Eleven know who shops there?
Yeah.
They can't afford this
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. And my ladies have
God.
been giving me, this is a side note, but my ladies have been giving me all the scoop, and I bought a charging cable there the other day, the extra long ones that you buy for truckers and for kids in the back of the car, and she goes, oh, you you gonna need your receipt, baby. They always break.
At 7-Eleven?
And I was like, oh, give me my receipt. And it broke. And I returned it. And I got a new one.
From 7-Eleven?
Yeah, from
I've never
7-Eleven.
thot about returning anything to 7-Eleven.
Oh, I returned everything.
I mean, I don't mind returning things to 7-Eleven.
I returned Prime.
Yeah,
I returned
exactly.
Prime.
They gotta return
I
Prime.
take one sip of Prime. I'm like, oh, it's horrible.
Prime sucks,
Yeah,
too.
it's
They'll
terrible.
take returns at 7-Eleven?
Absolutely, dude.
I honestly did not know
Okay.
that.
That's what I was thinking, too.
I didn't want to say this
I never thought about
because
it.
I've been in a war with Tom for years over who's the trashiest, and I say me, and he says him. But he does not do anything trashy. He goes to goddamn Hawaii. I don't go anywhere, and I live at Walmart. So who wins? I win, and
I guess returning something.
I
to 7-Eleven-
have returned not one, not two, but over 6 super long charging cables to 7-Eleven because me and my wife purchase our super long charging
Yeah.
cables from 7-Eleven.
Why are you buying them from
That's where we-
7-Eleven?
That's where we
'Cause they'll
buy
take 'em back.
Exactly.
I mean, Amazon, you
Quick.
get it probably delivered that day.
No, 7-Eleven just an inch faster, just a centimeter faster. I go in and I
You
see
need
the
an
How
label.
are you losing this many
And
cables?
I love my lady. No,
Because
they
you got a
break.
kid?
They
break
break.
and you bring them
Yeah,
back.
they break, yeah.
And I hand it to the lady, and she's like, "I know, baby," and hands me a new one, and I'm out the door in 3
Hold on,
seconds.
you're a genius. You're a cheapo, trashy genius.
I wish that story was all made up. It's totally not made up. You can go in my car right now.
There's not even a 7-Eleven near here, though, because you live right
Corinne.
here.
I go
Oh,
to
yeah,
Corinne.
I
The
go by
old
that
one without
yeah.
it doesn't have gas, right?
It
Is
has gas.
Yeah. It's
You better
got 4
watch
pumps.
your mouth around my 7-Eleven.
But you know, some
dog.
of the old school ones, they just convenience. There's no
Yeah,
gas, like the
Yeah,
old
they got rid of a
neighborhoods.
lot of those though during COVID. All the ones that were just like standard.
Yeah, convenience.
yeah,
only.
they got rid of them.
I go to Daniel's 7-Eleven all the
love
time
it.
because
I
I
love
get
it.
my protein bars on the way to the gym.
Are they nice?
Yeah.
They're nice to you, right?
There's always like a bunch of like kids get out of school at the
Teens,
same time
yeah.
because there's a
No
bunch of
backpack
teens.
rule. No backpack rule.
Is it across from red light? That little
Yes.
just
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there,
yeah,
kind of.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
next to
and
Big
I-
Daddy's.
Yeah, it would cross another crappy gas station right there.
I
too.
go there so much that I actually help them police a little bit. When I walk in, if I see some young teens walking, I'll be, hey, no backpacks, no backpacks. Chico, no backpack. I yell at
Is it
them.
no backpacks because they don't
Yeah,
want
they
stealing?
go in there and they start stuffing all the charging cables in there.
Yeah.
With my brakes. I go in there to get one. And I'm like, where are your charging cables? She's like, some teens cleaned this out this morning.
All right, so Pat walked in today dressed more ridiculous than I've ever seen him.
You couldn't even look him in the eye.
Yeah, no, I can't because Pat's all about fun.
He is
and
fun.
Yes.
I'm gonna put him on the camera so you can
And
see. Like,
Pat-
look how funny he looks.
Pat likes
He's got
to-
a mustache now too.
Pat likes
He's got
to
a fun stash.
He likes to brighten other people's days. I like to darken days.
They call you Dark Days. Dark Days Tom.
Yeah, the dark days are coming. So Pat, I noticed. I thought you were
Hold
wearing
on, the chat
black
room still,
business
the chat
socks.
room is still catching up, and the chat room is still shocked that 7-Eleven takes returns. Like people are catching up.
No one even thought, like, when I buy something from 7-Eleven
Yeah.
and it's garbage, which
Yeah.
usually is, I'm like, well, I should have known. And then I throw it in the trash, and then I go about my life.
Okay, speaking of garbage, let's pivot to. Yeah, you said
Okay,
you said he's wearing what appears to be black business socks.
Yeah. So I thought when he walked in, like at first I thought he kicked off his slides and he just had some long tube socks, some jet black tube socks, and then he had some Adidas slides
I think
somewhere.
I can throw these
Like
on
in
the
the 90s.
handy cam, on the Tom and Dan
Okay,
studio
yeah, yeah.
handy cam.
All right. So
Well,
look
there
at that. Okay.
There they are.
So
Show the bottoms of those
okay,
bad
yeah.
boys.
And they have the bottoms of like a scuba boot.
Yeah,
It's like-
that's exactly what they are.
Yeah, let me see
Yeah,
the tops.
like-
Let me get the tops here.
Like I do own some scuba boots that they're usually low top. Like, there's no need for the high top or like ankle high scuba boots.
Yeah.
But
Thank you again for the handy cam brought to you by Hallmark.
so they're ridiculous. They're absolutely stupid looking.
Yeah.
And they have some like gripping at the bottom like
Yeah,
scuba boots.
yeah.
Yeah, let's see the tops. So let me go
Yeah.
back to the handy cam.
And
Like,
so
are they rolling down?
these
at the
are the-
top?
Oh yeah, they are kind of rolling.
They got a lot of dog hair on the top. I'll tell you that. My God.
So these are the Kanye West. What are they called? The
Yeezy pods.
Yeezy pods.
Yeah.
Why are they called Yeezy pods? They're not like
Well,
pods are for your ears or for your body.
Hold on.
Not your feet.
I haven't thought about it.
He has asked that we respect his wishes and
Who?
call him Yay, right?
Yeah, yes, it's yay.
yeah, it's
Yay.
yay.
Well, I don't respect his wishes.
Okay, that's fair. That's
I
fair.
have
Is that your
zero-
wish? That's your wish.
I have zero respect for him. All right.
Yeah, no, most people don't. But
Yeah.
and then so I think an extension of his name the Yeezy brand was synonymous with Adidas.
Yes.
So Pod being, I think, just I happen to be one of the people that thinks, as far as his music goes, he's a genius.
Yeah,
But, like,
yeah,
a lot
I
of people
think
want to
he's-
lump all this other stuff on him and be like, he's a genius in all areas, and I'm like, no, he's
No,
not.
no.
But anyway, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
he
just
put,
in the music.
Yeah, just in the music. I think he put
Yeah.
Pod on the end because it's kind of a buzzy. It's kind of a buzzword.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, like it's a hot word.
You know, I'll take that back. I said I have no respect for him, but I do have respect for his music and his music
Yeah, it
ability.
hurts me. I love his music.
All right.
Yeah, his new album with
he's
Ty Dolla
just,
Sign was good too.
And
And I-
it is, and he's just a trash
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
He's
And
a trash person.
I have respect that he can sell millions of dollars of scuba boots to fools.
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, like,
Yeah. How do they feel?
They're pretty comfortable, except like I'm flat footed and I stomp around like a damn Clydesdale. So like for me walking around, it hurts your feet over time. I've only
Okay.
worn them from like here to my truck.
So is this your first day?
So over time, you mean 30 seconds?
Yeah, I've worn them.
So far we've been in the Yeezy Pods for 30 seconds, and
Yeah.
our initial reaction is
They're comfortable for now. I wouldn't want to walk around Disney World with them. You know what I mean? Like that.
Okay. I don't
Or
think they're
anywhere
made for
else.
that.
Yeah, or
I
through
don't
Publix.
I don't think they're made for Disney World.
No, I
Well,
don't
what
think
are they
so.
made for?
I if I had to answer and answer correctly, I think they are made for fashion. And I think
Okay.
they are a minimalist.
Yes.
Anybody can afford it.
Yes.
Dystopian future
Like
sock.
future, like any movie,
Yeah,
any
like,
movie from the
'cause He
80s.
likes to be like a quote innovator. I'm not saying I buy it. I'm just trying to
Okay.
give you the answer he would give you.
Yeah.
So he's made a dystopian future sock.
Dystopian. Yeah. Now, wait a minute. I copyright that. That's me.
Yeah.
I'm dystopian future sock. I wrote that.
Now you could buy knockoff Crocs for like $2.
They're called crock-offs.
Yeah, I mean, or any sort
made
of
that up, too.
Alibaba or Temu shoe that is cheaper than
Timu,
the
I can't
stupid
get on board
socks.
with Timu after I saw the video of the naked boys collecting all the packages.
I'm still a wishman.
Have you seen that?
No.
There's a video of nothing but naked Asian men collecting all of our packages. They're like, oh, they're like grabbing all the packages and pulling
Yeah, and
them.
they're like, "This is the Temu factory."
Yeah, they're like, look at all this garbage being sent out to America. And I'm like, well, I can't order there for ever again.
Isn't Timo the exact same thing as Wish, just a different name? Is it the same sort of stuff?
I think it is, but it's like 3 rungs lower.
yeah,
Even lower, even
Yeah,
cheaper.
even
Oh,
lower.
it's cheaper than Alibaba. Like if they need it, like it's the cheapest.
Yeah.
and it's straight garbage.
It's like no Ollie.
yeah, straight Baba. And by the way,
We're doing a vaudeville bit now.
when I saw that video of the shirtless boys, I'm like, I wanted to order more. That did not make me like say, "Oh, I can't be involved with this." I'm like, I want to be involved.
It was. I actually commented. I was like, "This looks gross." It's like a giant chute. Like imagine a slide for 1,000 kids, right? Like at a like a slide, a metal slide
okay.
for 1,000 kids.
Find the video. I
And
bet you
all
can
they're
find-
doing is dumping trash bags down it, and the naked boys are grabbing the trash and putting it on the trucks.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Like, it's basically like a sorting system that they use. Like they're just showing like how horrible these factories are, or whatever. And by the way,
Is it like a hidden secret video kind of thing? Or is
yeah.
it,
It's
Oh,
like
here it is.
like,
Oh, it's on Snoops or Snopes. It's on Snopes
Oh,
already.
it's not real.
And they're-
Hold on, I don't know yet.
Are they naked because it's hot?
Well, we don't know. It's either that or they don't want them to steal anything.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like the cocaine.
Okay,
in the movies.
okay.
In
Let's
the
bust
movies.
it. Let's bust it live on the
Booty
show.
belly.
Oh, it's not real, is it?
Let's bust it live on the show. Let's see. Because I love being wrong about stuff.
I saw the same video. I just didn't care enough to research if it was real. But also, I assumed they're like, this is how Temu treats their employees.
It
Like, I
says-
knew that by the prices.
Yeah.
When something's $1.
In May 2024, dozens of posts of a video went viral claiming to depict warehouse workers for Temu, a Chinese e-commerce company founded in 2022. Temu doesn't have its own warehouses in China. It's only a retailer, and the packages are sent directly from the factories. This is just a sorting room at some Chinese Aldi company, and there's a lot of them around. So it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's not. But I'm going to do what everybody else does, and I'm going to be like, well, I don't care. It's still Temu to me. It's still my Temu.
And honestly, how much different could it actually be?
Yeah,
It's
right,
got to be
right.
close.
Yeah,
Right.
it's adjacent to Temu.
Like, I think everybody does the math. We're like, if you're buying something that should cost like dozens of dollars and it costs cents, right? Like
You're speaking directly to me. I feel like that's your guy.
guess what? Some corners are cut and some horrible things of humanity are happening. Like this is not American employees being paid minimum wage. Like this is atrocities that we're getting.
Let's get back to Yeezy Pods.
Okay.
How much are you in for Yeezys?
Okay, well, this is Genius by Kanye West. When they first came out, they were $200. This is like...
I looked at them and Tom said, no go. I tried to put them on the card.
So for these scuba socks,
but then...
What do they now? Hold on, let me touch them.
What size are... Don't touch them.
These are the extra
have to wash
large.
your hands.
These are the... I feel like they are like a sock.
Wait a minute. Are you a 2?
I'm a 3.
It's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, these are 3.
There's no medium or large. You're misspeaking.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yes.
It's 1, 2, 3. You'd be a 2. I'd probably be a 1.
Hold on, I thought they were like waterproof, like
No. They're not
material.
No, they're not waterproof. It's fashion.
They're regular socks.
They're like the pants that chicks wear at the gym now. They hug their ass really good. Or
is that the one that has the clamshell line in the dookie crack?
Yeah, exactly.
Dooku crack.
Is that the one that got the clamshell line in the dookie crack?
So there are like spandex.
Like thick, like the.
Yeah, but I don't
pants.
like the one thing that I don't like with spandex is when it's thick. I don't need thick. It's hot.
But it also has the feel of a sock too, like a business sock, and the bottom is just some rubber.
They're like a thick. Again, like the pants that girls wear at the gym nowadays.
The Dooku's.
But they had them originally for $200, and obviously I'm not going to spend $200. And all of a sudden, Kanye came out.
But you wanted to, right?
I did. I looked at them.
I kind of did too.
Because I like they're just because they're a statement piece.
But I think I know what you're about to say. So I'm sitting there and I'm on Instagram and I look and this low budget commercial of him in the back of a limousine or something, and he's like, "Yo."
Yes, it was a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, it's Ye. Everything $20."
Yeah, it was a Super Bowl commercial. With his titanium teeth, because you can't really talk. He's like marble mouth because he's got new titanium teeth.
And then he also had another one where it's like a girl that's just wearing the socks, and like a wet T-shirt is running around a building with like a GoPro glued to her head, and it's videoing her boob shaking as she's running in circles in this business.
All right,
and it's like everything $20. And I was like, "You got me."
I like that.
You got me.
So they were $20, but he said I saw a video where he's like, "Oh, my marketing department or the company made a mistake, and they were supposed to be $20 the whole time, but somehow it got too far, and they misplaced the decimal." And he's like, "If you spend $200, I'm going to return $180 to you." I'm like, that's a heck of a PR move by him to say he's actually going to return the money that people have already spent. I don't know if he actually did it, but I saw a video.
He's lying. He's a crazy.
I know. But it's a good idea for him to say that.
Yeah. Well, that's why I can say anything.
There will be consequences. Yeah.
But is there? I think the guy. I mean, he lost a lot of money, but he has a lot.
Well, some of the things he said, he just nuked some of the biggest merchandising deals on the planet,
like Adidas in general. I mean,
that's a really bad one considering like it was the company at some point. Their shoes are still selling.
I heard they're reselling them now again because they had so much dead stock of it.
Yeah,
I will give it to him. Like, I do like the fact that he is legitimately like bipolar and like crazy.
You like the authenticity of his crazy.
Yeah. Because,
authentic nutty.
Yeah, because if he wasn't only a real crazy person would say
he's not try hard.
would say things that cost themselves, $100 million or whatever.
I think what you're talking about is why it's so fascinating, right?
Yeah,
it's why a lot of people can't look away because we're like, why would you? What are you doing?
Yeah. It keeps him in this mainstream. You know what I mean?
So,
pure entertainment.
So is that just something you wanted to get to kind of like for collector's item? That's kind of how I thought. I was like, I'll hold on to them.
I got them just because I thought they were funny. I mean, I like jokes.
Yeah.
So,
has anybody noticed that you're wearing them?
Not yet, but no one will go out with me. None of my friends will go.
But see, that's the problem with the Yeezy Pods is that I feel like if you wear them out, no one's going to really notice them because you came in, didn't even notice them.
Actually, I did wear them into a casino in South Florida with my dad. I did wear them into a casino, and it was kind of dark, and people are like gambling. They're not really looking at other people. maybe as much,
to wear shoes.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping somebody's going to say that.
Yeah.
So I did the move where I was like, "Hey, buddy," guy next to me, "Hey, check out my new shoes." I was kind of making people look.
Oh.
I did one time to a guy next to me because he was like
all right.
checking me out because I was dressed like I do.
The casinos don't really care about how you dress.
Yeah, they want your money.
Yeah, they don't care about what you do. The trashiest, craziest.
It was a
people.
trashier casino too.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of collectibles, you also walked in with the McDonald's backpack.
Yeah.
That is like a
Can we
large.
put this on the camera? Too?
Yeah.
Let's put this on the handheld.
And I got more because I'm a cardman growing up my whole life.
Yeah, go ahead and turn that.
What
thing
does that
around
mean?
so
I'll show you.
everybody
Oh
can
yeah,
see.
yeah. It's got all the.
Yeah. This looks like definitely looks like something some predator would keep in their bag to attract a child.
I've always I'm a collector of cards my whole life too, but I found an unopened box of McDonald's
Well, hold on, I'll put this back on.
cards too.
Hold on, cards.
Yeah,
You found an unopened mega box of McDonald's trading cards?
Yeah.
The Adventures of Ronald
yeah.
McDonald.
I've always been I got so many dang cards, Michael Jordan cards. Oh my god, you have no idea. I got too
So
many.
like sports cards.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
Sports cards.
Yeah.
So this
So
is like
what-
I display this in my house as well. This is on display.
Oh, so you're never going to open those up?
No, never. And look, this is the best part that came. Look, I got the McDonald's matching wallet as well.
It's
It's
fries.
fries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
So
is for-
where'd
this
you
is for,
find this?
I'd be
grandma.
looking.
This is for a fat grandma.
I'd be looking. It's fun, like when you go to like a bar or something, you go, oh, hey, and you pull your wallet out to pay your bill, and you make sure to have people see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And they're like, oh, it's the Fry Wallet guy. No tip here. Great, the Fry Wallet guy.
I knew you were crazy when you walked in. You didn't have to show me your fry wallet.
Also, I'll go wash my hands because, hepatitis.
So,
It's Fry Wallet.
but seriously, where do you find things like thrift stores?
No, this is not old. It's new. I don't know how I stumbled across it, but there's a.
The internet.
That's even better. The
Yeah,
fact that you
Timo.
have like this crazy stuff and you're like, I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
McDonald's obviously
Licensed,
produced a certain amount of these
they
for
must.
promotional items, right?
Was it expensive? It looked
No,
expensive.
it was cheap actually. It was only like $50.
Hold
Look
on.
at the inside. It's got like the lining of it's nice too.
You know what? I honestly didn't even realize or know, like this is the first time I even thought of this. Does McDonald's have a store you could buy branded McDonald's
They
stuff
should.
from?
They should.
I'm going to say that
Like if we looked at
at
McDonald's
their
merchandise.
headquarters, they're going to have to,
But
right?
there's something online though, right?
Well, this I think is a partnership
with a brand called Loungefly. It's a brand that makes backpacks.
yeah, and they kind of partnered
Okay.
with
So
them.
everything.
Yeah.
So
And-
the Loungefly gets the licensing rights to
Yeah.
produce the McDonald's
Yeah,
stuff.
and I don't know how I found a McDonald's itself, but I
like Loungefly will do like a
Everything.
They'll do like a haunted mansion.
oh my god,
backpack.
anything.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
surprised Tom and Dan don't have their own Loungefly backpacks. I mean, they've got a
Well,
lot.
we could partner
Yeah.
with them and get our own, because how it works is usually like if it's a big brand like McDonald's, Loungefly may pay for the right.
Yeah.
But for other people, just like SubSafe or whatever, we could put our brand and then they'll just like print our brand on them.
Yeah.
And then we'll buy the stuff from them in bulk and
Yeah.
then resell it for a specified price. Because that's the thing too. If you're reselling someone else's brand, then they have to have some sort of say in the
Say-
price.
But
Loungefly just did a
they're all
Bluey.
pretty cheap.
They just did Bluey, I guess, is their latest cartoon character they've added to their collection.
Like they have
bags.
every single car. I mean, they have almost everything you can think of. Loungefly has a backpack for. Like every cartoon.
You know what I missed, and they don't have them anymore. And it was the Loungefly. It's just the name is what's reminding me. But there was a brand of shirt that a lot of men wore, as a nylon shirt, and it would have like flames, or then they would get officially licensed like douchebag companies, and it was Dragonfly. Do you remember Dragonfly shirt?
Yeah, yeah.
I do remember the name.
They had flames on them, like
Dragonfly.
a lot of Celtic crosses, and
They were like
actually they were more of flames.
Not quite affliction. Not quite affliction based.
kind of affliction. Yeah, here we go.
I
They
do
were
remember the
like
name.
they were aggressive.
Like imagine a Hawaiian shirt, but flames instead of flowers.
Okay.
Yeah, or like
It was all
this
bright.
one. Like this
Yeah,
one right
yeah.
here has got
anime.
three.
They got anime. A lot of
one's
anime.
got- this one's a dragonfly. This one I might buy. Holy crap, this one's great. This one's got 3 pigs riding Harleys, giving the devil horns with a Mount Rushmore of their own faces behind
That's
them.
pretty good. Whoever thought of that is that's
Yeah.
a pretty.
This
Kanye
one's-
might have came up with that
Yeah,
himself.
this one's aggressive.
They're for middle-aged fat nerds.
Yeah, Yeah. Or I've seen a lot of anime. You get anime, a lot of anime.
Yeah, look at this one. This
That's what
one's
I
great. Let's go to some of the reviews. Great product. I really love it. Great vintage sweatshirt. Fantastic. I love it.
That's a cartoon hogs riding a motorcycle. Why would you have
Why
that
is
in
that
your
even
shirt?
considered vintage?
I don't know. Because I don't think Dragonfly's around anymore.
So, like, going back to like McDonald's selling their own merchandise, it's weird that they don't have like a McDonald's online store because you
I
can
know.
easily they can put up anything they want and then they can instantly like a lot of stuff.
Like guys like me would eat it up.
and you don't even
A
have
lot
to
of people
hold.
do it. Sesame Street did it. Like
Yeah.
Sesame Street.
But there's such a huge brand. It's like, why not have just someone like put some manager in charge of like running the online store? Like they could make an extra millions of dollars.
Just online alone, not even storefront. You just online.
Yeah.
You kill
Okay,
it.
we may have wandered into something we never knew existed. I found a website that I believe is owned by McDonald's, and it is called Smile Makers, and it is hundreds, if not thousands, of pieces of McDonald's clothing and or apparel.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I mean, it's so much that they have spring and summer apparel, headwear, bags and totes, heritage collection, drinkware, lapel pins, pens and notebooks, sports
Okay,
and
so
outdoor,
this exists.
technology, promotion.
But how come they're not promoting it like on Facebook? You know what I mean? Like you would think they would. If I eat enough McDonald's, I feel like I should know. At least I don't eat it every
they
day,
never
but I should
promote
know.
it. Yeah, they never promote like, hey, you could buy a McDonald's hat.
Yes.
you know?
No idea.
Well, I listened in one of my business books. Like McDonald's is a real estate company. Like first off, like they don't even the burgers and all the food they sell like is ancillary to their grand.
Isn't
plan.
it kind of like Publix? Publix always owns all their you go to a Publix Plaza, they always own the whole plaza.
Yeah.
Same
It's-
sort of thing.
Yeah, well, like they have so much real estate they've acquired over across the world.
Dang, you're
it's
right.
worth so much that now it's like
That's
they're-
worth more.
Yeah, and so the burger business, and then then once the real estate appreciates to certain, like they'll sell that, their Winter Park location that's now they bought it at $100,000 and now it's worth $2 million or
Because
whatever.
their location.
Yeah, and then they'll sell that and just open up the McDonald's down the street at a
Dang,
cheaper location,
wow.
and they'll just keep trading real estate
Wow.
locations, and then that's where their money's made. Now, obviously, they make their money in the fast food and other stuff too, but this is probably just some ancillary. They don't even care. They're just like, oh yeah, sell this.
They pay
garbage.
somebody else just to keep it going.
Where's McDonald's based out of now?
I have
Because
no idea.
this Smile Makers website, which is through McDonald's, this is all McDonald's. They just don't brand it McDonald's. They brand it Smile
Makers, yeah.
So if you go to Smile Makers, it's like literally everything you can think of, including.
Does it say McDonald's on the merch?
You know
though?
what I think this is? A lot of this is stuff for people that work at McDonald's too.
Oh, when you get hired, you got to buy shirts and stuff.
Yeah, like look, they have like a crew collection where it's like they have like.
They got pens, everything.
yeah.
They literally you'll never have to go anywhere.
Oh, my
now.
gosh.
You can only wear McDonald's.
But it's funny that we've never seen this advertised.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
Of
No.
all the,
I mean, they have a blanking sustainability collection of like organic cotton shirts.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan.
So
Nothing to plug. We did it. We got
Yeah,
everything out of the
yeah,
way.
yeah.
We got it all out of the way. We did all the events. We did the big ACT live. Done. Out of the way.
we got another event.
Oh no! I'm excited about this one because
Yeah.
this marks the 1-year anniversary of me not putting together my electric scooter conversion kit. You're talking about the beer, right?
Yeah.
It's the 1-year anniversary of me not completing what I said I was going to do.
Is it been the 1 year?
Almost a year.
So we're having our beer release at Hourglass Brewing. That's going to be June 22nd.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be a tribute to A Corporate Time, the kind of like, this 10-year anniversary of Corporate Time.
This is the year of corporate time. You're going to be seeing and hearing a lot of that.
So we teamed up with the Danger Brain. They put together some awesome artwork for the Get to Work lager.
It is a red lager. It's going to be delicious. I can't wait to have it, and it's probably my favorite artwork we've ever done for a beer.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's really, really cool.
And Curtis Earth is going to come out and host some trivia, and we're going to do like a corporate theme trivia, so all things business related.
Yeah, don't worry.
Office,
it's not
office
just
space.
our show.
Yeah, it really is. It's not our show trivia. It's general, corporate business, office space, that kind of thing.
I'm going to lean in and say that we know what's popular in the beer land, because right now we have some people in the chat room that are like, "Ooh, I love red lagers." So, of course, we knew that. We knew you loved red lagers, and that's why we did one, because we have our thumb on the pulse of what's cool in beer. Now, it is time for a Weird Job Wednesday, but breaking news, the app that we use in AI, and I kind of feel like I'm taking people on a journey when we do these, because like a lot of people don't have access to this stuff, nor do they care, or like maybe it scares them, but you and I dabble in AI land. And last night they did an update on the AI that produces our Weird Job Wednesday songs, or that we dabble with. And dare I say, it is better than it's ever been. Now it can do fully completed 4-minute songs with perfect singing and perfect language modules.
All right.
So I went crazy.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah, I went crazy on this one last night, and I wanted it to do something a little more vintage, because I don't know if you know this, but for most people that listen to a corporate time or a mediocre time, if you listen to any of our commercials with any of our clients, there is a specific type of kitschy 60s, 70s throwback vintage radio branding that we use, and we always have. I happen to like that style, like that weird, all the jingles, all the different sounds and stuff like that, that gives it that fit and finish of true old vintage radio.
Yeah.
So that's what I was going for here. I think you're going to like this one. This is Vintage Radio AI Weird Job Wednesday.
Tom had a plan for fun. He called it Weird Job Day. Dan thought it was cool. Tom yelled, "No way." Strange jobs, they come around. What's your thing to do? Are you neat and tidy or messy? True and true.
True and true.
Weird Job Wednesday. Just another job in sight. Weird Job Wednesday. Under the moonlight. Do you make that money sitting in your high tower? Looking at the folks working every hour. Weird Job Wednesday, just another job in sight. Weird Job Wednesday, under the moonlight.
I mean, it goes on forever, and it's so good, and it's got that sexy pinup girl. She's got her hair in the curls, and she's got the full dress on, and she's sitting on the piano, and she smokes a cigar, and then we go backstage, and then I'm like, she's got boop, boop, a doop.
Big pointy missiles.
Oh, missile tees.
Brian, you're on the line.
Yeah, Brian, you're on the line.
How's it going, Brian?
What's up, buddy?
Good. How are you, fellas?
What'd you think of that? That wasn't bad, right?
I love it. It
it
goes right with the Comedy Cellar, too.
Yeah, it's scary, but, Tom, you're not going to believe this guy's job. I had to wake him up in the middle of Las Vegas. This guy is a comedy club manager.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what comedy club do you manage?
So I'm in Las Vegas at the Comedy Cellar, the world-famous Comedy Cellar in New York, transplanted the club out here.
Nice.
In Vegas.
All right. So now we know like Krista over here at the old Improv, Funny Bone.
Yeah.
So what's different with managing a comedy club as opposed to any other, I guess, entertainment venue?
Sure. One of the best parts is, you're working with comedians. They're not.
That's the best part.
We've always heard that's the worst part.
It depends. It depends on the comedian and what night. But you're working with professional, funny people, but they're not professionals, right? They're cracking jokes all the time. They're not serious, and you can have a little more fun than a regular work situation,
Gotcha. How was this something that you got into? Because was it a entertainment or comedy career path, or did you start on more of the logistical and business side of things, working your way up to be a manager?
Yeah, so I've done lighting and audio all my life, and I got hired to install the room. And after talking to them over the few months that we were installing the room, they decided they needed a technician. They hired me as a technician, and that was almost 6 years ago now. Worked my way up into actually running the club and working with the owner.
So,
Kind of an interesting path, man.
Yeah.
do you guys serve food?
We don't since COVID. It's a weird situation that the hotel runs the bar and what was the kitchen. We used to. We want it back. We had great food there.
Okay, so because what I was going to ask you is like if it's a one-off building that's a comedy club, you're also I'm always curious like with are you the manager of the restaurant and food and beverage service too, or just the entertainment?
Weren't we going to ask that to Krista one time and we forgot? But
yeah, I think Krista has a separate manager that just does
like a hospitality manager.
The hospitality side of it because she handles more of the entertainment.
We may
side.
be wrong on that. We have no idea.
Because they're two different things. Like if you're managing a restaurant and all the servers.
Here's what I know,
cooks,
Tom. I don't want to do both.
No,
because that sounds really hard.
Yeah,
to manage humans like on the entertainment side and humans on the service side sounds real hard.
So Brian, you're just doing bringing in all the comedians, correct?
Well, we have a booker. She brings them in. I run day to day, make sure everything's running smooth. I manage the comedians. I make sure the standards are held up to Comedy Cellar standards with the service, with the bar. When we did have the food, stuff like that. Just kind of eyes and ears as well.
So with bringing the acts, like obviously you have a booker and then they book out your schedule. And we know just from doing this for so long that, you have your standard touring comedians. There's probably, It's
regional though, because I was on his website and it was funny to see that what the West Coast gets in rotation is a rotation, and then what we get on the East Coast is a rotation.
Different rotation.
It's almost like wrestling sext. Like it's like I'm looking at them and they're like we get a lot of the same names. Like I know I can set my watch on Earthquake rolling through here.
Yeah.
I know Bruce is going to roll through here.
Yeah,
I was looking at his, and it's a completely different thing.
Yeah. So at any given time, how many different comedians are just constantly touring? Are we talking hundreds here?
What do you mean?
Just like the standard touring comedians. Like what options do you have? Do you turn comedians down? Like how do you book out your particular venue?
Sure. So our booker has her Rolodex over 4 decades. She's been doing it, and we get recommendations. They also audition in New York, and if she thinks, she's the pass. If her name's Esty, she thinks you're funny, you're in. And once your week comes up and you're available, you're in for the week.
Now, do you not put them back in rotation if they don't sell enough tickets? Like, what's the what's the cutoff where it's?
How do you lose your spot? Like, if I roll into town and I sell out half the room, are you just going to pass on me next time?
So that kind of comes down to Mark Cohen is our resident host there. Sometimes it depends how we feel about the person, or Esty will sometimes pop into our video and watch them on stage here in Vegas, and if she sees something she doesn't like, but usually the people we have are professionals. They're good. They're funny.
Sure.
99.9% of the time. So that's not usually a problem.
So I'm going to set up a scenario for me.
We're role-playing.
And you give me what this person would make for a weekend. Okay, say Marlon Wayans comes in. I'm using him just because...
That's a good name.
He's... or we could even
Are you going to, big name recognition? Is that what you're going for? Or?
Yeah, and he's been touring for a long time. He can, fill the room because of his name.
Sure, yeah.
So Marlon Wayans comes in. He does 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, the standard, because they don't do Sundays anymore.
Yeah.
Or they don't like to
It's
now.
funny that we're old enough to say that. I remember when they did Sundays.
So what is a comedian like Marlon Wayans going to make for, let's say, 4 shows that weekend?
So with our club is actually a showcase style club. We don't actually book like headliners like that. All of our guys are national touring acts. They all make the same amount of money. They all do the same amount of time. That's what's kind of different about our club than others.
Okay.
Most people do opening, a middle, and a headliner.
Yeah.
But we just do showcase style, 4 to 5 comedians. They all do the same amount of time. They all make the same amount of money.
Interesting. I've never heard of that. That's cool.
Yeah. So if you don't like some guy, if you don't like the first guy, the next guy you might like him.
Is it harder to book that because it's different? And it's like, is that newer? Is that just a different style, or where does that kind of rank with what we're used to here with our Funny Bone?
Yeah, Comedy Cellar has always done that since they opened in the early '80s.
Gotcha.
You'll have a Chappelle come in and he'll do an hour, but maybe it wasn't necessarily planned, or the show wasn't booked like that, but he decided to come by and do an hour. That's kind of where their name Comedy Cellar has come about. But yeah, they've always done it like that, and it's a great format.
It kind of seems easy once you know that if it's all the same and they're all like, it's just get in line and go do your business, then we have to worry about any fighting. Is that kind of the thing,
right.
or?
Yeah, there's some egos around lineup and where you are in the lineup, who's going first, who's going middle, and why do I have to go first every night?
Right.
You get into that a little bit, but that's all ego and flow show as well.
Sure.
So, so with these showcase style comedians, what is their pay? Like, what are we talking here? I'm curious.
It's decent, maybe a couple hundred a night or
Okay.
show.
All right.
Yeah.
And is that the standard usually nationwide?
I've been told our club pays a little bit more than others.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the vibe like in Vegas? Is it like, is it constantly packed, or is it very similar to Orlando where you're getting a lot of tourists because they just see the word comedy and go, I'm going?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of competition out here, of course.
Sure.
But we tend to stay busy. There's always tourists out here. There is kind of a crowd flow within the whole city. So every show kind of sees season up and down, depending on season and stuff. But we are very lucky and stay busy throughout the week. We have 2 shows 7 nights a week, and
Wow.
still stay busy. Yeah.
Yeah, that is different. So you're running 4 guys, all the same. They just go up in a different set of lineup, and you're running 2 shows 7 nights a week.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot going on.
Do you have local comedians that you use as fillers in case someone doesn't show up or whatever, like that's constantly on call?
Yeah, we book our local comedians as well. A lot of times we'll have 1 a week. They're local, or we pull from LA a lot.
Sure.
You have 1 guy from New York, 1 guy from LA, and somebody that's local as well.
What's what can a comedian do to get themselves blackballed from your club or from other clubs?
Yeah.
And,
or what have they done? Because you may have experienced it or
Sure.
said, hey, son, you're not coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, piss off the booker.
Okay, yeah.
She's straight business, and you do something funny, like maybe go work another club while you're working our club, or try to double dip when we paid to fly you out here and put you up in a hotel, and now you're working another club, and she finds out that's doesn't look good for you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. So you get flown there by, the club. You get off. You book another, I don't know.
Yeah, you're already there.
Yeah, you're already there.
Yeah, you're in Vegas.
In fact, I know a lot of comedian friends of mine that do this. I'm going to start calling them out.
Sure.
I'm going to start letting people know. But I got to let people know.
No, you can't be a narc.
I didn't know this was a thing. That's for the purity of the act. It's for the purity of the comedy, Tom.
How would you find? I guess it's easy enough because they're
Word
promoting it on their
travels so
social
fast.
media.
And everybody's petty. Other comedians will do exactly what I'm saying and rat them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the worst thing that's ever happened in your club that you
like
had
a heckler
that you had
or-
to handle?
Sure. Yeah, we deal with drunk people every night. The worst, when it gets really serious, is somebody threatening a staff member or me. You know, they're getting in your face because you're telling them to be quiet. Or one guy got shoved in the showroom and knocked over a bunch of chairs one time. That was only once. It's very rare, but we have good security. But that's the worst that it gets, is you're just dealing with drunk people.
Yeah.
And we all know how that can get stupid, you know.
And I feel like Vegas is like, it's like they all know it. It's like, it's just like, I feel like that city is made for handling drunk people. It's like even people that are in Vegas, like your regulars, would know, oh yeah, we know how to handle this.
Yeah,
because we see it every minute of the day.
So
yeah, you see him walking up from a mile away. Yeah.
Any famous people stop in there that you have to deal with, as far as like getting them in, getting them a table, sitting them up front, or hiding them and not letting people know that they're there?
We have people stop by. Usually, you know, somebody on the lineup will be good friends with them. We just walk them back to the green room. Brad Garrett has a club in town. He's come by. Bill Burr stopped in.
Oh, nice.
Whitney Cummings. You know, and oddly enough, people are very respectful most of the time, and you know, they'll just see him and just kind of say hi. Or
yeah, it's funny we say oddly enough, but like Tom and I have been sort of preaching that for a minute, where it's like, yeah, I mean, of course it is. It's like in real life, everybody's pretty darn cool.
Yeah, and also, exactly. People are most likely not going to hound someone. And
like, it's been very rare. The number of celebrities that have been like despicable to me is like maybe one. You know, like it's not really a thing.
How does it work with a big name comedian wants to go up and do some time? Does everybody just get bumped because you're like, I have to, you know, put this person up here because the audience will love it?
Sure. Majority of the time, you know, somebody that's bigger coming in will be respectful and just do, you know, 10 minutes or so, and everybody kind of appreciates it because they get to meet them as well if they've never met them, the comedians, and you know, it's more of a respect thing among the industry. Craig Robinson comes in every once in a while. He likes to play the piano for about an hour after the show is supposed to be over. It's always fun though to watch him.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's always. It's a well-known thing.
That's cool, man. How do you like living and working in Vegas? Is it something you very much enjoy? I mean, does it take a special person to be able to do that every day? Or
do you gamble at all?
A little bit. You can't get into it too much. Just enough to have fun. But I actually grew up in Orlando.
It's like living on Cocaine Mountain, Tom. It's like you just gotta like dabble a little bit. You never go full Cocaine Mountain.
I grew up in Orlando. I grew up working at Universal and Disney and on iDrive, and I feel like I'm just kind of used to it by now. You know, I'm used to the tourists. I'm used to the busy streets everywhere. So Vegas is definitely a little different than Orlando and iDrive, but a little more hectic. But just kind of used to it now, I guess.
Tom and I were amazed at this. We were out there during a sandstorm, and that was just wild. Sandstorms are crazy.
It blew one of the doors on a casino open and shattered the glass.
Yeah.
And it's weird having a sandstorm.
It was kind of like, it looked like the end of the world. When you see the sandstorm coming at you, you're like, this is it.
That sandstorms and a tumbleweed. The first time I saw a tumbleweed, I freaked out. From the old Western.
Yeah, it's like they're real. They're real.
Yeah, they're real. Yeah.
So, Brian, what you don't have to say what you specifically make, but what does a manager for a comedy club? What's the kind of salary range we're looking at?
I'm not sure because this is the only comedy club I've ever worked for. You know, when I'm looking it up on Glassdoor to figure out what my next pay raise will be,
right.
I believe it's between 40 and 80,000, depending on who you're working for.
But
who you're working with.
Here's the real question: do you enjoy it? Like, is it something that you enjoy? That you feel like when you get home, you're like, you know what, I enjoyed it and I get paid okay.
Yes.
Yeah, see, that's all it's about.
Is that all it's about? The real question is money.
That's all it's about.
I'm actually I get very over jobs very quickly, corporate jobs, and
sure.
and to be in one place for almost 6 years, I love going in there every day.
Yeah, I was going to say, you must like it if you started as a tech, you built the room out and you stayed. I mean, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, if any of our listeners are ever in Vegas, go by the Comedy Cellar and talk to Brian.
Yeah. Say
what's up.
Touch tips with Brian and thank him for listening. Hey, man, I appreciate you doing this on short notice.
Yeah, mention Tom and Dan when you're there, and I'll take care of you. When you guys are out here in Vegas, let me know, and we'll hook you up at the club as well.
You got
Awesome,
it, buddy.
man.
Hey, take care of yourself, and thanks again, okay?
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
All
See
right,
ya.
man. You too.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan.
Science Night Live is Saturday, June 8th. If you want to be involved with that, osc.org. It's the Orlando Science Center. And they have a unbelievable new exhibit open called Life that if you haven't seen it yet, you have to go by and check it out.
It's
Because
so
they built a
impressive.
rainforest inside the Science Center.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
You can see fog, like when you're going from environment to environment.
Yeah.
It's like you can feel the temperature change. You can see the animals. There are no cages. These animals are just kind of chilling.
Yeah, there's monkeys in there. There's turtles. There's birds flying
There's
around.
a sloth.
There's a
named
waterfall.
Izzy. If you find the sloth named Izzy and take a photo, I'll send you a prize.
Yeah.
Send us the photo of Izzy the sloth.
We're not even mentioning the aquarium that they built it, a $14 million renovation.
I always forget about the aquarium, but it's ginormous.
And a brand new exhibit called The Science of the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yes.
So it's all the science of all these world
Go
records.
see the world's fattest men on scooters.
Is
that in there?
I think they took that out.
Okay, I keep making jokes that I don't want to get. I don't want to.
What record was that?
I do not want to get Jeff mad at me, but I think that record was fattest twins. I could have ended it right there.
Yeah,
Fattest
yeah,
twins.
okay. Was it fattest
It was
twins?
fattest
Yeah,
twins.
yeah.
Back when you could say that.
Yeah.
Now there would be no award given, and that's unfair. You guys wanted everything to be so equal. You took away these fat asses awards. Like there's no more fattest twins awards. So you got twins all across the world that are like, we do not get our love.
Who's
That was a Russian fat twin.
currently the world's heaviest man?
Jelly Roll.
Let's ask ChatGPT.
All right. That's a strange thing to
No, I
ask.
saw Jelly Roll is signing up for 5Ks now. So
No, he's on a weight loss journey. He's
Okay,
off social. Last I checked, he was off of social media because people were hurting his feelings.
Okay.
Who is the fattest
He
person
hadn't
in
gotten
the
tough.
world? This is
Okay.
what ChatGPT was made for, by the way.
Oh.
Who is the fattest person in the world?
Should you say heaviest? Well, not it'll understand fat. As
I go with very simple terms, so there is no doubt.
okay, all right.
You know what I mean? Like I go, you got to get to the. Sometimes it's gonna hurt some feelings.
All right.
You got to pull the sheet back.
The title of the heaviest person ever recorded goes to John Brower Minnock, an American who was born in 1941. At his peak weight, he weighed approximately 1,400 pounds, 635 kilograms. John Brower Minnock's extreme weight was largely attributed to genetic and metabolic factors. He suffered from obesity since childhood, and his condition escalated significantly throughout his life.
I wanted the newest person, not the fattest of all time.
Yeah. I want the fattest person
Currently
alive.
Fattest
Yeah, and it's
alive. There. Currently fattest and alive.
it's crazy that the fattest was in the 60s. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would think it would be
Now.
somewhat, in the 2000s at some point.
Okay. There's a debate. It was with anything.
Okay,
it's like
yeah.
remember when I was telling you about how the world's oldest dog? There's this huge controversy that people are so addicted with fame and wanting to be seen and attention that they will lie about how old their dog is to get a little bit of that sweet juice. That's how insane everything is. All right, hard drive. Who is currently the fattest person?
As of my last update, it's hard to accurately determine who currently holds the record for being the fattest person alive, as this information isn't routinely updated or verified due to privacy concerns and the sensitive nature of personal health.
That makes sense.
However, individuals who have previously been reported to be among the heaviest include Juan Pedro Franco from Mexico, who once weighed around 1,300 pounds and has since undergone surgery to reduce his weight. Information on such records can be fluid, reflecting significant changes over time due to health interventions or personal circumstances.
What does that mean? They're fluid. Does that mean that these records are ever changing because of people's battle with dying?
Well, yeah, because I imagine once you get into the above the 1,000 mark, that your weight is fluctuating wildly, like, dozens of pounds.
This is a thing where there are OnlyFans. This is like this is all over OnlyFans, where there are bigger people that will get a skin. It's like a fetish where there's a skinny man and then a fat lady or man, and they're together and they're in love.
Yeah.
And the skinny man will feed, and the
his name is Jack.
The bigger people
and his wife, she couldn't eat.
Fat. And like she'll be like, baby needs their pizzas, and then skinny man will be like, oh yeah, here it is. You eat that pepper. It's a thing. And it is gangbusters. It's all dude, it's all over. I was watching a small documentary on YouTube about this. This is like a thing.
And I know that there's like
full-time job. Some of these women, full-time job.
Yeah,
they sit at home and they cam
but they'll
eating.
Like sit on people too. There's that part of it too, like the squishing.
I wasn't even going that severe. I was pulling back 4 notches. There are people that literally they just eat, dude, and it's sort of mukbangy, and it is sort of OnlyFans, and maybe there's cleavage involved, but there's no nudity, there's no sex, you're not showing pink parts, you're just a bigger lady or man, and you're eating for a skinny lady or man who thinks that you are gorgeous, and that's your job, and that's a thing.
And then the fetish is tied into
it's like a control feeding thing.
Yeah, but
it's like it's an enabling sort of fetish. The way that they talked about it in here is that there is a sickness on either side, where it's like the person obviously shouldn't probably be that heavy, and the other person shouldn't enable them by getting that much enjoyment out of bringing them 19 pizzas.
Oh, yeah, but they like making them happy.
Correct.
So that's their fetish, is like, I'm making this person happy. I think I could be that.
It's a closed loop. I don't feel like anybody's getting harmed. I mean, other than the doctors that would say this person is unhealthy, well, that's their business, right?
I am on the spectrum of that fetish.
You are.
I will make someone happy and give them what they want, and I like that.
You are. Wow, that's an admission. You are on the spectrum.
And I don't even think it's that bad.
Mark this day. Somebody in the chat room mark this day. That is an admission. You are. And look how skinny you are now. You're a skinny man.
No.
Are you going to start feeding me? No. Start feeding me. Like,
make that AI
I'm the
picture.
Perfect size. I'll do it. I'll make the picture. I'm the perfect size to do this, because with me,
I get super emaciated. Like,
can you get super emaciated? Because I'll tell you right now, I'm so small that if I gain 10 pounds, I look like 300.
But could you gain 100 pounds?
I can do anything. I think I'm powerful. I think
if I fed you every day, you could.
Here's the thing that people don't understand. I'm not as vocal with it, but Tom's extreme confidence, I got that too.
And dude, that's how we get famous. Could you imagine the promo shots?
And then we'll just have to make out like the Island Boys a little bit, because they need a little game. It needs to be a little. I can do it too for money. If I was,
I'll put it in the category of acting in my mind.
Me too.
I'm like Brokeback Mountain did it.
So you're feeding. I'm eating all the food, and I get how many? I mean, right now as I sit, I'm leaner because I've been working out.
Yeah, we got to quit that.
I'm 155 right now.
Oh, that's too thin. That's way too thin.
I'm in the 150s. Again.
You need to get to 255.
255. 105 pounds.
I would prefer 300.
100 pounds. 100 pounds.
Yeah. I would prefer 300 because
I don't know if my hips. My hips are already rotten.
No,
they're rotten.
I'd push you around in a wheelchair.
I like that. Okay, you got me back in.
Yeah. But
I love being pushed around in wheelchairs.
But I'll have to get down to like 120, which
man.
I could do. I could do. I could just start running every single day
because you don't even care about food.
Yeah. I wouldn't eat food and
calories
just run.
out. Just calories out.
But man, I get hungry when I run. But I can push past that.
Yeah.
I can take Ozempic too.
Well, you're gonna.
I can get Ozempic.
Is there an opposite of Ozempic for like getting bigger? Milkshakes.
Yeah. That's a McDonald's.
Okay. All right. I think I can do that.
But if we get that, and then like
What were
that
we
would
even
be a
talking
story.
about? How do we even get here?
World's fattest man.
Oh, yes. We're talking about Guinness Book of World Records. Yeah.
Going back to wanting to give someone anything they want to make them happy.
Enabling, yes.
Yeah. Like, I do that with my sons.
Okay.
Where, like...
Do you see any negative?
there will be negatives.
No, but have you seen any?
Like, they're like, can you get me water? Like, I should just say, get up and get it yourself. But
I do a lot of that.
But
I do a lot of go get your own water.
But
You got legs. I do a lot of you got legs.
Yeah. But that's what makes them better people, you know.
Yeah.
And
it's a little jerky, and then Maisie will scoff. She'll be like, "Ugh," and then she'll get out of her chair, and then she'll go over and get water, and then she'll walk back, and then she'll tell, she'll go, "Daddy didn't give me water." And I'm like, I don't do that.
So
I'm a short king.
I will immediately go and get my son's water
With ice or no?
Deliver it to him, whatever. No, usually they don't like ice, so I get it just cold.
European boys.
I have Guardian Water's RO system, but that's lukewarm.
Yeah.
So, but I have the RO system going through my fridge, so I'll take the extra steps
to get the cold water.
To get the cold water for them.
She gets lukewarm RO.
Then I'll bring it back to them, and they won't even take their eyes off YouTube. And but they will say, "I love you, Daddy."
Okay, that counts.
Yeah. And then I'll be like, "They love me," and then that's I get. I'm like, "Oh
yeah, I like that."
And then that's why I make them breakfast. They don't even eat it now every morning. And make their lunch custom.
Breakfast took a huge turn this morning in the Dennis household.
2 Oreo cookies and put them in individual snack bags. Leave them as a treat in their
treat.
Yeah. I gave them too much, but I like it.
Andrea does a little bit of this too. Like maybe I am the good parent because Andrea puts like the Hershey's miniature. She'll put like one of those in there with like a little note that says "Mom loves you" and stuff like that. I don't do any of that. I do nothing of that.
Yeah.
Like this morning,
you think Tiger Woods' dad did that? Yeah. He's a billionaire.
We had a big day this morning in the Dennis household. Maisie got up. She's like, "Yes, Mama got me breakfast burritos." She's addicted to these Reds burritos. They're huge. They're but they're egg and sausage, Canadian bacon.
All right.
Like
what a trucker would eat.
Like a truck driver burrito. And she figured out how to do it herself, though. So now she comes down before I'm even up.
Oh.
She comes down. She opens the freezer, gets out a burrito, puts it in the microwave, 50 seconds one side, flips it, 50 seconds the other side.
Oh, my God.
Cuts it in half, lets it cool, and then when I came down to get my coffee, she's sitting there eating a big old burrito.
No, yeah. No,
it's awesome.
No, that's what you're supposed to do.
Andrea Jr. No, I didn't do anything.
No, I was just saying, like, your kids are you're supposed to teach them how to take care of themselves, and Maisie's doing
She'll be gone soon, though.
a great
and it's a good
job.
thing, though, because I don't have a long shelf life. I feel like I'll be dead soon.
This is how CEOs are made. I'm ruining my sons by doing too much for them. And
Andrea,
I like it,
but she eats a lot.
I think I like it too much. Like
I would
weirdo.
I would like it.
Right. Like for instance,
see, I would like it too, man. I'm jealous. I tell Andrea all the time that I want to. Maisie's definitely that kid that's like, I got it. After she ate the burrito, I forgot about this. She asked Andrea for bacon, and we don't have any bacon. But Andrea remembered we have microwave bacon. So then she made her own microwave bacon.
Oh,
you just pop it. I mean, if it's microwave or stove, she can pretty much do it.
Yeah,
and she likes to do it.
Yeah. My sons don't.
Yeah, but your sons aren't lesbian.
No,
it's a joke.
They won't. They would eventually, and that's the thing.
It'll get there.
If they got hungry enough, they'll do it. But I won't let them get there.
Yeah, I
like giving them to it.
But it keeps your thumb on them a little bit, right? I feel like
it has nothing to do with that.
It keeps you in their orbit, though. No, I think it keeps you in the love orbit. Like I'm not even thought about during the day.
Yeah, but I don't even think I'm not either. This has nothing to do with it.
I don't know.
I think
I saw one of Max's books.
This is a sickness of me wanting to make them happy. I
disagree. I think you guys are tighter because I saw a book that Max had written in one of his notebooks, and he wrote on the corner, "I miss my mom," and that leads me to believe.
Well, he didn't say I miss my dad.
Yeah, but I think that
Crystal doesn't do this. She's sleeping while I'm cooking them Grand Slam breakfast.
Okay, so I shouldn't have said that. This whole thing is tearing down.
Oh, she gets up and like, get your shoes on. She'll yell at them like, goddamn.
Oh, they love it.
And then I'm like, whoa, look at what a bitch.
I want you to put your shoes on.
I'm like, I'll put your shoes on for you. I'll massage your feet. The wife that wakes up This happened in the Whale, by the way.
Oh God, my nosebleed. God damn it. Sorry.
They wake up and then they cook their 1,200-pound husband that's stuck to the bed in a sheet. They cook him like a 12-egg breakfast
I wouldn't
with
do that.
2 pounds of bacon or whatever. And that's how I have a little bit of that.
Yeah,
And
you
they're
do.
like, here's your breakfast. And he makes them so happy, and then I sit back and I'm like, look how happy he is.
I like that. Maybe,
It's sick. It's a sickness.
I mean, I guess you could say that.
Because
I
it'd be
mean,
better if you tough love. Tough love in the long run is actually better on paper. It's more logical.
You've said they don't respond like that. You've said before that, like...
They would. Well, no one responds to tough. Like, what if...
Like, it's different for everybody, right? Like, Maisie,
Okay,
if you put your hands up... Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so what if I, I basically was watching Maisie for a week, right?
Okay.
And then, so every morning I go in, and then I deliver her...
I almost cursed. She freaking loves it.
I deliver her a hot microwave burrito.
She would love you.
A cup of OJ.
Oh, a cup of OJ.
And then I'm like, you can eat it in your bed.
Oh, amazing. We're not allowed to have food upstairs. You can have food upstairs. Andrew will kill us.
I let him eat it. I'm like, you can eat it in bed. And then
Eat in bed?
And then-
I was never allowed to eat in bed.
I'll hold the iPad with YouTube while she watches
Well, you'll hold it up? So- oh, my God.
Yeah, anything she wants.
That's pretty
anything
awesome.
that makes her happy. And I'm like, where's your ballerina slippers?
Oh, she would love it.
And then I'm like, you left them downstairs?
I'll go get them.
I'll go, yeah. I'll run down 3 flights of stairs, get
Do
her
you
stairs.
make them carry their bag into school?
No, into school.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I often will pick up their backpack and then preload it into my truck.
Okay, yeah,
And
yeah.
no one, and then Crystal tells let them get their own backpack, and I'm like, I can do that, or I'm just
Old,
standing there.
daddy can
I'll
do
just
it
put
for
it in the truck. I'm like, they'd appreciate that. They get in the truck, they're like, my old man did this for me.
I wish I had
This is sick, and this is not good. They need to do it themselves.
But I do want it, and I know the listeners get tired of hearing it, but I do want it so bad. I want it so bad, and I don't get any of it. Like, I'll come down and I'll be like...
she's doing everything herself. I'd love for them to do it themselves.
I'll be like, hey, Dansby needs to go out. And she'll be like, I'll do it.
Yeah. That's
I'm
what
like,
every parent wants.
I'm like, okay, I'll just sit up here and play NBA 2K alone.
Yeah.
While you go do your chores and go to work.
Well, that's I do have that. Is every day I play with them for hours. like yesterday, we were.
I wish
we wrestled in the pool for 2 hours
Oh
straight.
God!
And we played King of the Mountain. We played Marco Polo. We did a betting basketball game where I was like, if you make
I love this.
If you they'd have to make 10 shots. Anything under 5, they had to run laps around the pool. 5 and above, they got 1 Oreo, 2 Oreos, 1 Pokemon, 2 Pokemon.
Good God, this is amazing! This is like Double Dare, dude. This is like a game show.
Oh yeah, every day.
You're the most fun dad.
Every day is a game
can't even
show.
scrape that.
Every day is the best.
I can't even touch that. I can't touch that. You know what my
but
daughter
I'm ruining
did?
them.
You know
I'm
what
ruining them.
My daughter took a shower, and then she came in, and I had finished taking my shower, and I washed Dansby because he had somebody dropped something on his head at the race. I think it was like a gel pack.
Yeah.
When I took him to the race, he had yellow sticky, from one of those I think the gels you eat.
Diarrhea pack?
Yeah, diarrhea pack. So I washed him up. Then Maisie proceeded to get angry that I washed the dog instead of her and went to bed.
Oh, right.
She's
You
like,
wanted
I
to
wanted to do that. You said I could wash the dog.
Oh, my
Good
God.
night.
Yeah.
Then she went to bed and read.
Oh, yeah.
She'll read her books for a little while, and then she'll go to
I
sleep.
can't get my sons to do it. We had a chore system one time. We set it up where daily chores, and then Tommy was going to unload the dishwasher, and then Max was going to get all the laundry. And then
How long that last?
It lasted 2 days, and then we fell off one day. Then we were back at it the other day. Now nothing anymore.
You start overcorrecting.
Yeah. Then it was like, where more fun? We'll take that hour and we'll just insert more fun with it.
Did you notice, and we can talk about this a little bit, I don't know if the chat room knows this, are you a big Olympics guy?
We'll turn it on. We'll have it playing in the house just so my boys could see it. And,
Yeah.
I like them watching these athletes that have achieved this.
The stories are usually really good.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ones
yeah.
they roll through, and they'll show you some people that are damn near magical.
I also appreciate it more now than ever. Just going through this, whole stupid, and it's a sprint triathlon.
Stop
It's
calling
small,
it stupid. Stop diminishing it.
But just seeing how the average person, just to get ready for the small little thing, I had to do so much work.
Yeah.
And then I'm
You
like,
saw it.
my God, these athletes train so much to accomplish this. It's like no one sees that though. They only see the long jump, which lasts 13 seconds or whatever, and they don't see the 10,000 hours these people train to get to this point. And like I want to give them
Maybe
the credit.
more.
Like my God, like insane amount,
it's
like
just,
by themselves at night. Like these people have jobs. Like this
and
doesn't
it's
pay
not
anything.
just training, and this is the thing I think that you got to see. It's not just the training. It's like having someone put together the plan. Then it's like,
the
what kind of
dedication.
fuel are you putting
The
into your
nutrition.
body while you're
Yeah.
doing exactly?
Dude, it's mostly nutrition.
Yeah.
Like I talked to Jetson about this, and it's all like the biology of your body and nutrition and the recovery, and like all these at the Olympic level, these athletes are doing the craziest regimen you could think of to get to this.
Yeah, the highest of the high.
yeah.
And then you got the Russians who are doing highest of the high and steroids, which I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, and trying to hide it.
Yeah,
like
doping.
yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. But
They're biohacking every cell of their body to get an advantage.
Well,
It's crazy.
Andrea loves the Olympics, has always loved the Olympics. She kind of I would say that the two sports that she sort of, when we got together, gifted me, and it took a minute for the first one to happen, baseball. That took forever, but I'm there. I enjoy baseball. But the Olympics was pretty instant. It was one of those things that, I don't know, we didn't really pay a lot of attention to it. I didn't pay a lot of attention to it, but she was always into it.
Yeah.
And I have gotten into it, and now I get excited for it. Now it's I enjoy having it on, because it's I like sports at night. And I've kind of gotten addicted to that. So when it's Olympics, it's you have sports every night. There's no such thing. It's kind of the way the NFL is now. I love it when the football's rolling because you got football almost every night. But I wanted to tell you, and I think this is super interesting, breakdancing is in the Olympics this year.
Is it actually a part of the Olympics? Okay.
It is indeed. Breakdancing. And let me see if I can. Did I print? Oh, it's on the printer.
So I have a couple thoughts about breakdancing. On the surface, and me and Daniel were talking about this, that you could look at something super surface value and then kind of not take it seriously, that's stupid, right? But then you start actually looking at what it is with any sort of dance, me and Daniel were talking, if you Maisie goes to dance 4 hours a day, Monday through Friday, right?
Yeah.
And then on the weekends, competition.
Sometimes, yeah.
But if you rephrase that and if you didn't call it dance and you called it 4 hours of exercise and stretching with goal orientated tasks and
completing tasks and
discipline and motivation and learning to perform. If you start listing it out, you're like, oh well, that sounds way more impressive.
Sure,
then you kind of belittle it just by calling it dance. And same thing with kind of break dance. I take Max to break dance every Thursday. He goes and does it.
It's been going on. Do you know how long he's been doing it now?
It's about a year. He doesn't practice, so he doesn't get any better.
Well, but still, he's still going.
Smaller, but yeah.
It's not like he's not doing it, or I don't want to go.
So I don't even care about what it is. What I care about is that he's willing to go. Sometimes he's after a school day or whatever. During his video game time, he stops to get dressed to break dance and goes. I look at it a standing appointment that he's motivated to go to, and then also the breakdancing is really just an hour of working out.
Yeah.
Because the breakdancing teacher, after they do their cipher and all the kids do it, and then the teacher goes, right? And sometimes when he's doing a windmill, because he's always I got to blow your shoes off real quick. His shirt will blow up or whatever, and this guy is shredded.
Oh, he's ripped, yeah.
Because of course he is, because he's essentially doing core exercise all day long, and the strength and core exercise, the push-ups, all the arms,
just the flexibility. I wish I had the flexibility.
Yeah, the flexibility.
To just being when's the last time, as an adult, and yes, I'm talking to everybody listening, when's the last time you got on your hands and knees and were able to crouch on your toes, or extend your knees all the way down, or get down to do something and then pop up and not go oh.
Yeah.
Tell me, please,
So-
because it's probably not very often.
If I changed it to, instead of Max goes to breakdancing once a week, Max goes to exercise and calisthenics once a week.
Yeah.
Then people would be like, oh, well, they think differently. Breakdancing, they kind of like, there's nothing, but then, but that's essentially what it is. So
This is going to get clowned, though, right? Like, is
Yeah,
it already
because-
being clowned?
it's pretty close to gymnastics. You're at this point
Or
because they're doing flips.
Parkour?
Well, I would put it in the category of gymnastics because a lot of the moves are the same. Like if you see because
It got approved in December of 2020, which just goes to show you how long these things take to happen. They had to propose it, and then they wanted to go for something that was more urban and artistic. So that's why they chose it.
There are similarities to this in gymnastics, and
This is different, though, because this is a one-on-one battle judged on criteria like creativity, technique, and musicality. And it's separate events for men and women, but you're going one-on-one? Interesting. That's interesting.
Are they going to? Well, they'd have to do it overall scoring of some sort.
Yeah,
or
it says
do
at the
bracket
Olympics,
style? I don't know.
breakers compete in one-on-one battles, judged on a criteria of creativity, technique, and musicality. The competition has separate events for men and women.
So if it's a one-on-one competition, do they do it like a bracket and?
Maybe like
and then the gold medal is the winner of all the brackets because you'd have to move because if it's not scored, because gymnastics you each person goes, you're technically against the whole everybody else, but the highest score wins the gold, the silver.
Right.
So with this,
it may be that you are
because they do it like basketball's bracketed, right? So it's like U.S. versus whoever,
and you can also compete at the same time against somebody for score, but then all the scores get lumped in together. You know what I'm saying? Like if you and I were competing in breakdancing, and let's say you got a 10 and I got an 8. It doesn't matter. All the scores will be listed, and they'll just rank them up on the on the leaderboard, I guess. But I thought it was pretty interesting, and it's something you can watch with your kid.
Oh yeah,
pop that on and go like, hey, just so you know, I know you think that this is a once a week thing, but you can do this if you want.
Breakdancing comes up on because me and Max will watch it on TikTok every once in a while. Like we'll just scroll it together. There are insane stuff that doesn't even seem physically possible that these people could do. Like I watched a guy do a running backflip, right? So he's running forward, he does a backflip, and instead of landing on his feet or whatever, he lands on his hands in the move where like you're basically flat, but you're on your hands kind of doing a push-up, but you're able to stay off the ground. He landed like that. And I was just like, well, how, without touching the ground.
I mean, that's some core strength, right?
Yeah, just insane. Like, how long did it take you to learn? And then it's insane. Like, it gets to the point where you're doing double flips and it's crazy.
No matter what, though, I will say that if there's a woman and she does a flip onto her punana and then does the bounce on it, I will watch the video. I will watch to the end of the video every single time.
Doesn't that hurt?
Yeah, and I'm like, it's not even that I am into that.
Yeah,
that's not sexually arousing at all to me, but I will watch the end of it. I think that's just respect. It's called respect. Another sport that came up, and we're like kind of talking about this now. Whereas I know that breakdancing can be a legitimate sport, but then I mentioned something to you, and I knew you'd seen this on TikTok, but it was karjitsu.
Yeah, I saw this. Yeah.
And I asked ChatGPT and researched it, and damned if karjitsu is not a real thing. It's a Russian fighting organization.
So describe this.
Okay, so karjitsu, it originated in Russia, and it combines grappling techniques of Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and you do it inside the confined space of a car. So the sport's named, it's called karjitsu. It was created by Vic Mikheev, a black belt in both judo and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Competitors start in the front seat of the car, and the match involves trying to gain control and submission using elements of the car. like seat belts, steering wheels as part of grappling techniques. So the videos I've seen, it's normally like the guys, they start grappling, and then one of the guys just starts choking the other guy out with their seatbelt, and it's awesome. It's like the best thing I've ever seen. I start laughing, and then I go over to the lady bouncing her Pernanner, and I'm like, this is what the internet's about. Yeah!
Over the scroll,
back and forth and back and forth.
you're like, how long have I
Karjitsu, Pernanner, Karjitsu, Pernanner.
I'll go to sleep now. And then you close your eyes, and it's like, your
and all I
brain.
see is the devil.
So, yeah, it's two jiu-jitsu guys in a car, and then they
and it's got real rules, dude. It's 2 rounds, 3 minutes each. Let me see if I can find something to show the chat room.
So the first few videos are interesting because you've never seen it before. Then it becomes boring, like regular jiu-jitsu. and I hate, like, I respect the hell out of anybody who does jiu-jitsu and the discipline it takes and the whole art of it, and it's super impressive. But it's not a spectator sport.
Okay, here's a little Karjitsu championship. This is Davidson versus Felter. We got it up on the. Oh yeah, they even got the fighting graphics for their.
Raymond Felton warming up. Ray is the first competitor in our third bout this evening. He's a mixed martial artist.
Okay, let's get to the car. Oh, they get interviewed, and then they go and they get in the car, and then they put on their seatbelt.
Hopefully cardio is good for you, right?
So, yeah, I forgot about that part. Then they have to take their seatbelt off when they...
okay, here they go.
Well, right away, Felton shows his experience there. He reaches over with his left hand and blocks the seatbelt of Davidson. You can see here in the top left-hand corner of your screen, reaches over, blocks the seatbelt with his left hand, frees himself with his right hand, and immediately just goes to smashing Davidson into the driver's side door. And right now you can see he's trying to slide his knee through for knee on belly.
My wife's in the chat room. She says this is the stupidest thing we've ever talked about. I think it's kind of cool. No?
Well, it brings at least a little attention, like social media attention, to the sport of jiu-jitsu.
It's supposed to show you.
No one cares about it.
Okay, for years, and this is going to be a hot take. I have tons of friends that are jiu-jitsu folks.
Yeah. People get addicted.
They do.
It's like surfing almost, where it's almost religious.
Yeah, you're like, these are my people. This is my tribe. We train together. We sweat together.
I guess a lot of things, like running's like that, and these triathletes are like that.
Yeah, but just so you know, jiu-jitsu guys, they think they're the best.
Yeah, well,
100%.
They can beat you up.
Yeah, but they can beat you up in a boring way.
That is true.
That was my hot take. That was my hot take. Look, I know you can beat me up, but it's not going to be flashy. It's not going to look good.
Yeah. You'll just choke me out, and I'll fall asleep.
Just lay in an ant pile on the side. It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
Very, very boring. And when we watch you train, very, very boring.
Yeah.
And I'm not impressed when you tell me about your training, and I'm not impressed when you tell me that it's like a family. I'm just not impressed.
And all I need to do to stop you from beating me up or to
run away.
Is to tap you two times off. That's all that I have to do to get you to stop. Stupid. I'm joking.
Shut up with you. Just shut up about it. We know what you do. We know it's a family. Just shut up about it.
Every 4 months I'll text Seth. I'm like,
we're ready. We're doing it. The fanboys are coming to
jiu-jitsu. When's your jiu-jitsu class? Because I have this fantasy.
You're this close because you're okay. No. Runners are just gay jiu-jitsu guys. You're this close, dude. You're this close to becoming a jiu-jitsu guy, and that's when you fractured the show.
Is it?
Because all you'll be talking about your bros. You'll be doing the handshake.
I won't have no bros.
You'll do the handshake where you hold each other's arms and you get down on one knee.
No. I hate camaraderie.
Okay. Oh, then maybe you can't go full jiu-jitsu. I don't think you're possible to do it.
Well, I can't go full into. Now, here's the thing: the runner is a solitary sport. Like all that.
Maybe you are more of a runner.
But the jiu-jitsu thing, I just want to learn so I can teach my sons, because it is a skill that's pretty impressive. Like where you'll never use it in real life.
I've never seen anybody use it. That's the thing, is everybody says, well, it's like practical strength.
Yeah.
And I agree with all of that.
You're never going to be attacked. Like, it's like John the Barber. He's
be careful.
Super into jiu-jitsu.
He's going to choke me out next haircut because I'm backing on jiu-jitsu.
And so all these jiu-jitsu guys, yes, nobody in society could ever beat you up because you can take them down. Like,
Yeah.
I guess they could sucker punch, knock you out.
You can tell a jiu-jitsu guy, too.
Yeah.
If he has, like,
Yeah.
military haircut, mustache, and calf tattoos, watch out.
Also the ears.
Yeah, the ears. A little
they
bit
got
of the ears,
Yeah. But no one's...
Jiu-jitsu guys also look like firefighters, but sometimes
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
one and the same, but not always.
No one's going to ever attack you in real life or attack your lady or...
Hey, why don't you take it outside?
Yeah,
you want to go
like-
outside and grapple?
Yeah, it's never going to happen statistically. Although if it did, yes, you could submit them. And every once in a while you see a video of some jiu-jitsu guy submitting a homeless guy, a drunk homeless guy on the subway. But
Yeah,
sometimes you choke them to death by accident.
Yeah, you do.
And
I've seen
that
that
happens.
video.
Yeah. And then so it's kind of like,
Can you submit before it starts? Like if they're like, let's go, and I'm like, I submit. Got in your head, bro. I already gave up.
It's usually them
Got in your head, I already gave up.
subduing a mentally ill homeless person.
Yeah, here it is. Yeah,
and then the homeless person doesn't even know what's happening.
Where am I?
And you choke them to it. You're like, I killed them by accident.
House.
I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Now there's going to be...
use your military training to kill that homeless man.
There's going to be legal proceedings. Anyway, so I do, though, enjoy... the fantasy of me learning how to do it because I do think it's cool. And
You're going to ever do it, you think? Any martial arts? Have the boys ever mentioned anything?
They don't care. They don't want to do any of it. They don't want to do nothing.
Every once in a while, May will mention karate.
Oh, I'll do karate.
And
with her.
I'm like, I'm not doing that. I can't even lift my leg. I can't lift my leg one inch off the floor.
She don't want you to do it. She wants to do it herself.
My hips are so bad that if you gave me a sobriety check right now, I couldn't do it. I couldn't hold my leg out.
Yeah. You do walk like Jalen Waddle's touchdown dance. Oh, that's all right.
Here's one last fun fact for this particular segment. Did you know that Jake Gyllenhaal is legally blind?
You told me this, and this may be a weird hot take, but the term...
You're going to piss off all the blind jiu-jitsu guys.
There is, I've heard people throw out, well, I'm legally blind, right? First... I don't even know what the legal limit is, and no one knows.
Well,
right? But I thought, when you say legally blind, I need black.
When you pull
only black.
I didn't know what you meant. Okay. I was like, what are you talking about? Ray Charles?
If you tell me
Stevie Wonder?
You're legally blind, in my mind, and I think everybody's mind, they just say complete
Hello,
black.
darkness, my old friend.
Yeah. Close your eyes, black.
Yes.
And then apparently, though, there's a spectrum.
Yeah. I found this out last year. Sam told me that Stevie Wonder could see, and I was like,
I think Sam said she's legally blind. Because
I didn't know that.
I think she's told
if she were legally blind, I'd have been walking around here with my pants off for days.
But so if she takes her contacts out or doesn't have glasses, then they, I guess, on the... Well, again,
what do you see?
I don't even know.
What do you see? Shades of just shapes?
No, it's just so blurry that technically, I guess, is there even what's the legal limit? Is it DUI legal limit? 0.08?
That's what I'm talking about.
Do you know what 0.08 is? That's not even I could drive on 0.08 no problem.
Half a bit. I'm probably 0.08 right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not even drinking.
Yeah. But sometimes you get a big giant that is he could drink 5 beers and be less than 0.08. That's how your body is or whatever.
Right.
So,
if I have half a beer, I'm
ask database what the legal
Hard
limit.
Drive. His name is Hard Drive. Database is his wife. My God, Hard Drive's wife is Database, and you're never supposed to talk about him.
I forgot the goddamn name. So, what's the legal threshold for vision, where you can be considered legally blind? But then if you, I don't even know when someone says my eyesight is 10 by 100 or whatever, they throw out the numbers, and I'm like, I don't even know what that means. So I don't even know I know 100 is bad, but how bad is it? I have no idea.
What is legally blind?
Okay.
I asked. All right. It's taking a little. Oh, it's pretty detailed.
Yeah. So, because it's so complicated, no one. So when
this is gonna make it worse for you. That's funny. Normally, when I do ask it the questions, I know for a fact when I start seeing it, I'm like, oh, Tom's gonna hate this. He's gonna absolutely hate this. Plus, it gives me a little bit of time to see how long this thing's gonna roll out, and it is really giving me
because obviously Jake
Legally
Gyllenhaal
blind is a term used to describe a level of vision loss that has been legally defined to determine eligibility for benefits, support, and protections. The criteria for being considered legally blind can vary by country, but in the United States, it generally means 1. Visual acuity of 2200 or worse in the better eye with the best possible correction.
He's 1500.
This means that what a person with normal vision can see from 200 feet away, a legally blind person can only see from 20 feet away. 2.
So it's 10 times worse. Okay. So that actually,
that explains.
Hard Drive did a good job.
That made sense.
So 10 times worse than a normal vision is legally blind.
So 2200 is they only see.
So that describes
like what is 200 for us is 20 to them. So
they'd have to be 20 feet away.
Jake Gyllenhaal, based on on my research, he is 1250. I was a little high on that. So he's 1250. So 20 feet to us is 1,250 feet to him.
But without contacts.
Correct.
But he has contacts and glasses, so then it goes back to normal.
He's been wearing corrective lenses since he was 6 years old due to a lazy eye that eventually resolved itself. His legally blindness has not hindered his acting career at all. Instead, he says it provides a unique space for introspection and creativity. In the movie Southpaw, there was a critical scene in which, to heighten his listening skills, he pulled his contacts out so it would be like...
So you better emulate someone, or like that character, because he cannot see as well.
His role in the upcoming Apple TV Plus series, Presumed Innocent, features him wearing glasses, channeling his godfather Paul Newman style, which adds his personal and stylistic touch to his character's portrayal.
So
I did see... Have you seen that thing he's in? It looks like one of these stories where he was cheating on his wife, and then the person he was cheating on goes dead, and he's the suspect, but he didn't kill her. That's terrible. That is my worst nightmare.
What bothers me is that Jake Gyllenhaal's legally blind.
Yes, he is.
But then so is the guy that has no eyeballs whatsoever. Like, that guy's in the same category as Jake Gyllenhaal. That's where it's like they get the same legal rights.
Well, Jake's got abs. It looks like,
but the guy with no eyes should be more blind or get better benefits.
I can't disagree with you.
Than Jake Gyllenhaal.
Question for you. Does Jake Gyllenhaal have a handicap placard?
I guess he could apply for one because he's legally blind. No, I doubt it. No.
I bet he did.
No, because paparazzi.
You don't think he throws his limo in the handicap spot or something like that? You don't think so? You don't think any celebrity that's like, there's got to be at least one celebrity out there that is legally blind that doesn't need it but uses the handicap spot? That's reserved for man with no eyeballs. That's what I'm trying to say.
It would be such bad publicity if they ever saw.
But he'll say I'm legally blind.
Yeah. Are we gonna go?
We probably do, don't we? Yeah, we do. Yeah. Anything to plug before we get out of here?
Well, just Science Night Live at the Orlando Science Center on Saturday. Also, I believe, we're doing our Hourglass beer release on June 22nd.
Yes, sir.
And that's going to be, we're going to do Curtis Earth Trivia, available for everybody.
Yeah, come hang out and try the brand new Hourglass Get to Work Red Lager. It's going to be delicious.
Yep. They're selling 4-packs that day, and party starts around 5 p.m. I think we're going to start the trivia about 5:30 or whatnot. So get a team together. We got
what are you
prizes.
wearing that day? You wearing a suit?
I wasn't thinking about it.
You know what I thought about buying for our jokes for ACT, because it looks like, I know we're going to try and rebrand the entire show at the beginning of the year. I want to wear one of those little suits that I wore when I was a kid that's short pants.
Oh, the short pant and short sleeves?
No, it's not short sleeve. It's regular up top. It's like jacket, tie, shirt, but it's just shorts.
Oh, okay, like the AC/DC.
I wore those as a kid. Like, that's what I wore to church.
Oh, the short pants?
Yeah. When you're hideously tiny like me, your parents like to dress you up in tiny little outfits. It's a curse.
All right. We will see you on Monday.